I am looking at the reports coming out of the league office today, and I have to tell you, this is one of those situations that makes you stop and look at the fine print of the NFL rulebook. The league has reportedly imposed significant disciplinary measures following a recent Houston Texans game, and from what I am gathering, the price tag on this is not just nominal. We're talking about sanctions that carry real weight, both in terms of finances and reputation. Before I break down the technical details of why this happened and what it means for the locker room, I want to make sure you are part of our growing community. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button to help us out, and I want to hear from you. Comment down below which city you are watching from. I love seeing the reach of the Texans fan base. Now, let's get into the weeds of this. When the NFL uses terms like significant disciplinary measures, they are sending a message. I have covered the league for a long time, and these actions usually stem from a violation of game day protocols or conduct that the league deems detrimental to the integrity of the sport. The report indicates this happened following a recent game, which suggests that the league's review process, which happens every Monday and Tuesday in New York, found something that crossed the line. I want to explain the why here. In the NFL, there is a very strict set of guidelines regarding everything from sideline behavior to the way players and coaches interact with officials. If this was a sideline violation, we're talking about the bench area rules. If it was something related to player safety or a specific hit that was reviewed after the fact, the fines can escalate quickly. What makes this costly is the scale. Usually, a standard fine is a drop in the bucket for an NFL franchise, but when the word significant is attached, it often means the league is looking at six-figure amounts or even the loss of future assets. I am looking at how our head coach will have to respond to this. In a building where discipline and playing the right way are preached every single day, having the league office step in and issue a sanction is a blow to the culture. I have seen how these things play out in film rooms. You have a team that is fighting for every inch on the field, and then a technicality or a lapse in judgment off the ball leads to a headline like this. It is frustrating for the fans, and I know it is frustrating for the front office. Nick Caserio is a guy who prides himself on organizational efficiency. He wants everything to run like a Swiss watch. When the league office sends a letter detailing disciplinary action, it means there was a gear that slipped. I want to talk about the process because many fans wonder how these decisions are reached. The NFL has a Department of Football Operations that reviews every single snap of every single game. They have high-definition feeds that the public never sees. They are looking at the conduct of the coaching staff, the substitutions, and even the equipment. If the league found a violation that they felt was repetitive or particularly egregious, they do not hesitate to drop the hammer. It is about maintaining a level playing field. But for the Texans, this comes at a time when the team is trying to build momentum. You don't want the narrative of the week to be about league fines and disciplinary hearings. You want it to be about the development of the roster and the wins on the board. I am curious to see if the team will appeal. Most of the time, teams will file a formal appeal just to see if they can get the amount reduced, but the league rarely budges when they have clear video evidence of whatever prompted the action. This is a technical, almost legalistic side of football that I have always found fascinating. It is not just about the touchdowns, it is about the governance of the game. I will be tracking the specifics of the fine amounts as they become public record, because that will tell us exactly how mad the league really is. If we see a fine that exceeds the standard schedule, we know that the NFL office felt that the incident was a serious breach of protocol. I am going to continue to dig into the sources to see if this was related to a specific player's actions or a collective organizational failure. Either way, it is a hurdle that this young team has to clear as they continue their climb in the AFC standings.
Now, as we move into the second part of this analysis, I want to focus on the long-term ramifications of this league action. When I look at how the NFL handles these costly disciplinary actions, I see a pattern. It is about setting a precedent for all 32 teams. Our head coach now has the difficult task of managing the fallout in the locker room. Discipline is the cornerstone of any winning program, and when the league office steps in like this, it creates a ripple effect. I have seen this happen with teams in the past where a fine leads to a distraction, but I have also seen it galvanize a group. Let's talk about the appeal process. Every team has the right to challenge these sanctions, but the league rarely backs down when they have costly evidence of a violation. I want to look at the financial structure of these fines. Are we talking about a team-level fine, or is this going to hit individual players' pockets? If it is a team fine, it does not impact the salary cap, but it does impact the bottom line and the relationship with the league office. If it is a player fine, it can lead to frustration within the roster. I am also thinking about the message this sends to the rest of the AFC South. When a team is under the microscope of the league office, every move is watched even more closely in the following weeks. This means the Texans have to be cleaner than clean in their next several outings. No late hits, no sideline infractions, no equipment violations. The league has essentially put a yellow flag on the entire organization. I have spent years talking to guys in the league office, and they told me that once a team is on their radar for disciplinary issues, they tend to get a bit more scrutiny from the officiating crews on game day as well. It is human nature. If you are known as a team that has had significant issues, the referees are going to be looking for them. This is why our head coach needs to be a master of communication right now. He has to sit the guys down and explain that the margin for error in the NFL is 0. We already know the margin for error on the field is slim, but the margin for error with the rule book is even slimmer. I want to summarize what we know so far. The NFL has confirmed significant disciplinary measures stemming from a recent Texans game. The details suggest a costly financial impact and a serious tone from New York. My objective summary of the situation is this: the Texans are being held accountable for a breach of league protocol that the NFL deemed serious enough to warrant official sanctions. It is a setback, but it is also a learning opportunity for a franchise that is still finding its identity among the elite. We need to see how they respond on the field. Do they play tentative, or do they play with a disciplined aggression that shows they have learned the lesson? I will be here to provide the technical breakdown as more documents are released by the league. It is never easy news to deliver when it involves fines and sanctions, but as an analyst, I have to give you the facts straight from the source. The Texans are in the spotlight for the wrong reasons this week, but the season is long and there is plenty of time to change the narrative. I'm going to keep a close eye on the official league transactions wire to see if any specific names are attached to this disciplinary action in the coming days. For now, the focus is on moving forward and ensuring that these costly mistakes do not happen again. The league office has made its point, and now the ball is in the Texans' court to show they can maintain the standards required of an NFL franchise. In summary, the NFL has dropped the hammer on the Houston Texans following a recent game, imposing significant and costly disciplinary measures. This action highlights the league's strict enforcement of its rules and serves as a major wake-up call for the organization. I will be following this story closely as it develops. Thank you for tuning in and staying informed with the most reliable analysis. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels to stay updated on all things Texans. I'm out for now, but I will see you in the next one.